is one of the 3 psychiatric hospitals serving the entire population in Ghana as a tertiary referral facility for receiving psychiatric cases from all over the country and from the neighboring countries like La Côte d'Ivoire, Burkina Faso, Togo, and Benin. Aside psychiatric services, we also provide physical health services at the primary care level to our catchment population and our environs. At the moment, we render several services, both psychiatric services and the medical services. This include inpatient services for psychiatric and physical health care, outpatient consultation services for psychiatric and physical health care. We also run occupational therapy services, clinical psychological services, addiction services, treatment and rehabilitation services. We have an eye clinic. We also have child and adolescent mental health care services, dental services, diagnostic services, pharmaceutical services, reproductive and child health services, public health services, social work services. We also have a morgue, so we provide mortuary services. We also have an ART clinic here, providing antiretroviral and also tuberculosis treatment services. We have a theater, so we provide surgical services here. We also provide health administration support services. Ladies and gentlemen, for the past 3 years alone, the hospital has provided services to over 62,247 patients for the psychiatric sector and 117,756 general medical services at the outpatient level due to our unique dual services in the area of psychiatry and also physical healthcare. Therefore, we provide a one-stop shop for healthcare needs of our clients, both psychiatric and then physical healthcare. The Honorable Chairperson, distinguished members present, Pantang Hospital, as we know it today, was conceived by our first president, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, to be a Pan-African neuropsychiatric facility to serve as a hub in psychiatric service in the sub-Saharan Africa and also serving the entire West African countries. To that end, a vast land measuring approximately 344 acres was acquired by the state for construction of a gigantic facility in the early 60s. The construction was started by Oyinko contractors, but was abandoned in 1966 when the head of state then, Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, was overthrown in a coup d'etat. Nevertheless, in 1972, the construction of the hospital continued when General Ike Acheampong took over. In 1975, the hospital was partially completed and was commissioned by the head of state, General Ike Acheampong, to commence operation. I must add that during the commission of the hospital for its operation, available records indicate that we had 61 building blocks for service, delivery, and residential accommodation purposes. The Honorable Chairperson, distinguished members, ladies and gentlemen, we have gathered here today to celebrate the anniversary of that fateful day in August 1975, in which Pantang Hospital was commissioned to operate, which is 50 years ago. 50 years of the hospital's journey to its current state has not been an easy one for the management and staff of the hospital in terms of having the requisite infrastructure to deliver on its mandate to Ghanaians. The hospital began operating a dilapidated infrastructure, encroachment of its lands. The hospital has been operating in a dilapidated infrastructure, encroachment of its lands, unsafe environment for staff and patients due to absence of walls around the hospital, poor internal road networks, as well as access road from the Pantang Junction to the hospital. Inadequate staff in all categories, particularly the mental health nurses, who tend to move out of the country to seek greener pastures. We also have deficits in terms of allied health professionals like laboratory professionals, X-ray technicians, as well as support staff such as laborers, security guards, orderlies, and artisans are all in dire need here. In spite of all these challenges, Honorable Chairman, the government has demonstrated its commitment to improve upon the conditions at the hospital. And I commend the government for its continued support to the hospital. For instance, in 2020, the government commenced the construction of a wall around the hospital when we were having issues with encroachment on that land. The government also initiated the process of acquiring portions of the hospital frontage, which is very critical for our operation. And we hope that the process will soon be completed. About the wall is about 30% complete. So we call on government and the powers that be to help us complete the wall. This will enhance security in the hospital. Similarly, there are other individuals, corporate bodies, governmental and non-governmental bodies who have supported the development of the hospital since its 50 years of existence to complement the support from the government. We thank you for your trust and faith in Pantang Hospital. On our own, we've also begun the Pantang Hospital Facelift for Better Mental Health project in this our Jubilee year. This involves greening of the hospital compound, as you can see, and painting of the hospital buildings, as you've also seen. We have written to a number of organizations to support us to carry out these laudable projects, and we hope to count on all of your assistance. We want to make special mention of the Church of Pentecost, Hacho area. Apostle Williams Bwachajako. Apostle, please give us a wave. And his members for painting a section of our canopy walkways. And they've also agreed to re-roof the medical OPD for us. God bless the Apostle and the Church of Pentecost, Hacho area. The Honorable Chairperson, all protocol observed. Looking at the challenges that are bedeviling the hospital, one will ask, what is there in Pantang Hospital which is worth celebrating after 50 years of our existence? The management and staff of this hospital believe that it is important to celebrate this occasion to showcase the true state of the hospital after 50 years of existence. Whether we like it or not, and we need to also show you where we want it to be in the provision of healthcare to Ghanaians and express our gratitude to those who have shaped the course and destiny of this hospital for the past 50 years. And the theme for our celebration, honoring our legacy and shaping our future. And in just mentioning that, we've had 5 previous hospital directors. I'm the chief hospital director. We've had Dr. Sikanate, we've had Dr. Sakite, we've had Professor Alute in 1994, we've also had Dr. Jade in 2008, and in 2016 we had Dr. Frank Benin, and 2020 I'm now the hospital director. And let me just be quick to add that at some point, Professor J.B. Asari had to oversee Pantang Hospital, Accra Psychiatric Hospital, and then Anchor Hospital at some point when he was the chief psychiatrist. Please, let's give that to Professor Asari. Honorable Chairperson, to give a befitting meaning to the theme for the 50th celebration, these are activities we've lined up for this 1 year celebration or a year-long celebration. This includes the Pantang Hospital Walk at 50, or the Pantang Hospital Walk, which will be on the 6th of September 2025. That's next week. We also have a cleanup exercise on 20th September 2025. We have interdepartmental games. We're going to have a movie night and community engagement. And then next year, we'll have a public lecture where we have a key person. And that person is amongst them, but I'll not mention the name now. We have a key person to talk about mental health and Pantang Hospital specifically. Early next year, February 2026. There will also be an occasion whereby we'll have Wear Ghana, Old School and Eat Ghana. We also have a homecoming and appreciation day for our sponsors and donors to the hospital's development. We also have an exhibition of the hospital, like an open day to the general public, so that people will appreciate what happens in the psychiatric hospitals. It can be me, it can be you. Those on our wards who seek for care, they are just like you and me sitting here. We're also going to have the tree plant exercise. We had a phase 1 of tree plant exercise on the 9th August, that was about 2 weeks ago, where we planted trees to mark 50 years of Pantang Hospital. And also to encourage all of us to plant trees on our birthdays to help with sustainable environment and also as climate action against global warming. And these are in line with SDGs 11, 13, and 15. So 9th August. And next year, June 2026, we also have the tree plant exercise phase 2. In August 2026, we'll have a fundraising dinner. That's on 29th August 2026. And on 30th August 2026, we'll climax it with the Thanksgiving to give thanks to God for how far we've come. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Chairman, I courteously urge all members present here to get involved in these activities that are earmarked for the successful celebration of the 50th anniversary of the hospital, especially the public lectures and fundraising dinner scheduled to take place on the 18th February and then 29th August 2026 respectively. So for our honorable dignitaries who send their reps here, we encourage that you send a message back and let them show up on these other activities. But we are grateful that you did represent them. Honorable Chairman, Pantang Hospital intends to use the funds that will be raised during the dinner, the fundraising dinner, to support the renovation of our occupational therapy department that has virtually collapsed after 50 years of neglect to enable it serve its intended purpose. We shall begin the fundraising today in the course of the program. I'm appealing to all of you present to take part to help us raise the seed money for funding the Jubilee projects, which is the renovation of 80 block and several other projects we've outlined on our banner. I take this opportunity to commend all individuals who have supported in diverse ways to make this program a reality. It's our expectation that the 50th anniversary celebration will provide the impetus, the transformation of Pantang Hospital for the benefit of all Ghanaians. I therefore call on His Excellency, the President of the Republic, to cause a redesign and remodeling of Pantang Hospital so we can have a modern psychiatric facility to meet and stand the test of time. Once again, I thank everybody for taking time off your busy schedule to be part of this memorable occasion at Pantang Hospital. On behalf of the hospital management and staff, I welcome you all to the 50th anniversary celebration of the hospital. And I hope you'll be blessed by actively taking part in the program to make it a success. Thank you so much. God bless you. Long live Ghana. Long live Pantang Hospital.